Beef stew is one of those delicious, warm, and comforting meals, and I like to make mine with a lot of flavor. This recipe was inspired by some beef stew that I had down in the Dominican Republic. I won't say that this is the Dominican Republic beef stew, but I took a lot of inspiration from it. All right, let's get started. This beef stew uses typical beef stew ingredients, and I've got some other stuff going on, but I've got my beef stew meat, about 2 pounds, and then I've also got some aromatics. I've got my yellow onion, my green bell pepper. I'm gonna add a jalapeno, not to make it super spicy, but to balance that flavor, and I'm gonna add some cilantro at the end. To season my meat, I'm going to use some adobo season, some cumin, and some lime juice, and some soy sauce, and of course, onion powder. I'm also gonna use tomato paste, potatoes, beef broth, and some oil, and some garlic. All right, let's get started. Now let's talk about this beef. We've marinated it earlier in my little nice marination bin. Let me show you what I used for that. Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and season my meat hours before so it can marinate. So I have got about 2 pounds of beef stew meat that I am going to season in my trusty container here. And for this, I'm gonna add just some seasoning. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of soy sauce. It's too early. It's too early. We're gonna go with adobo. Do 2 teaspoons of that. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. I'm also gonna add a lime. I'm gonna juice it and squeeze it. Give me the knife. Just give me the knife and pass it all. I'm gonna just cover it, and I'm going to shake her up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and prep my vegetables, and I'm just going to chop, well, I'm gonna slice them. Ooh. And then next is this bell pepper. And then the jalapeno, which can burn your eyes if you're not careful. I'm gonna cut my jalapeno and remove the seeds in the membrane. I try not to touch the seeds of the membrane because it'll burn my eyes when I touch my eyeballs. Here I am touching the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. And we're also going to peel and chop this garlic. So I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my pot that has been preheating. Heating. Hopefully this makes a sear sizzle. Yeah. You want to add your beef in a single layer if you can. If you can. No, you just want to add it in a single layer. Don't burn it. And you want to sear these pieces for about 2 to 3 minutes until they're brown on each side. If your beef chunks are larger, it might take a little bit longer, but you just want it to brown and get some of that brown stuff. I'm gonna give these a quick brown. Now, one thing that I like to do is I don't want to brown like you need to do them in batches, but you don't want to do them in too many batches because then your brown fawn gets a little bit too dark. So I usually just end up browning only half of the meats. That browned faster. That took like 20 seconds and it's getting all over me. All right, I'm done. Get all those pieces out. All right. And I'm just gonna add my onions. This pan is hot. Oh, adding my veggies. And a lot of times when if I want to get a little bit more liquid in there, I just add a little bit of broth to help get some of those brown bits off the bottom of the pan. So much flavor. I'm also gonna add my garlic, don't forget that. And I'm gonna soften these veggies for about 3 to 5 minutes, just until they start to soften. I'm gonna add some tomato paste. Oopsie. And I try to get it on that skillet to kind of get it to, I guess, brown. Stir that in there for like 20 seconds to help it build that flavor, and then I'm just gonna stir it all in. So now I'm going to add our beef back to the pot. So this is the ones that I browned along with whatever juices. And then this is the ones I didn't brown, but we can still go ahead and add it. It's all gonna cook down all together. And I'm also gonna add my beef broth as well. I'm just gonna stir it all together. And I'm gonna turn my heat down to low, and I'm gonna cover it as soon as I find my cover. And I'm gonna let that cook for about 45 minutes before I come back and do some more work. But I'm also gonna check on it occasionally, stirring it, making sure that the beef and the vegetables are doing what they need to do. All right, I'll be back. So our stew has been simmering away for about 45 minutes, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add some potatoes because I like potatoes in my stew. Also, it'll help thicken it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna slice these. I'm gonna do like half moon chunks. Yeah. I'm adding potatoes, but what vegetables would you add to your beef stew? Woo, simmer away. That looks good, right? Oh, it smells like beef stew. It smells so beefy. You can see all that liquid that's got released during our cooking. Simmering. I'm gonna add. I should have took a picture of it before. Oh, I just added this. All right, so we have added our potatoes, and I'm gonna kind of like put them down in the liquid. Do not add any more liquid than this because potatoes are gonna release even more liquid, but I'm gonna cover this and bring it back to a simmer and let it simmer for an additional 30 minutes just so that beef can finish cooking and those potatoes can cook as well. All right, I'll be back. I'll be beeping at me. Our stew has been simmering away, and it is time to see what it looks like. Yeah. Move this out the way. Boom. This looks super good, super good. And you know it's pretty much done when see how that potato just breaks apart and your beef needs to be tender. Anyways, it's tender. Look. Tender beef. Look, tender. Okay, hot. Okay. And the last thing I'm gonna do for my stew is stir in a ton of cilantro. Now, if you don't like cilantro, you can totally keep it out or do it with parsley, but I just love the herb flavor that the cilantro gives it. And you can see that our stew has thickened up thanks to those potatoes. And there you have it. Oh, I should probably plate it. Okay. So we have stirred in our cilantro. We have done everything, and this is our beef stew. It looks delicious. Now, I usually would serve this with rice, but I'm not going to today because I forgot to make rice. But this is all you need. So comforting, so delicious. And now to taste it. Grab this little piece of beef over here. Ooh, broke apart so easily. Get some of that gravy. Some potato. I want to take another bite. Oh well. This is the beef stew that I was trying to recreate, and I think I got it. Anyways, until the next time, I hope you enjoy your week, your day, and I hope you like this beef stew. Okay, bye. All right. When you add like let's say you sear something and it makes little brown bits on the bottom, you add the liquid and like scrape it up like you're deglazing. I don't know why it's called deglazing, but that is what it is.
You have to do that last.
Huh?
You gotta do that last.